Welcome back. In this episode, we're going to investigate a little further into Sorceress Sundries and figure out what's going on with Lorroakan and the Night Song. So we're going to jump back to camp, and we're going to select Gale and have him swap out with Minsk.
Hardly the noblest conflict we've encountered, but criminals will have their squabbles, even in the looming shadow of utter annihilation. Oh, nothing would give me greater pleasure. Which of our esteemed company am I stepping in for? Wonderful. Lead on, then.
And we'll take Gale, Jaheira, and Alfira to the lower city central wall. And let's have a look inside of Sorceress Sundries. Outside we find Eridan arguing with a guard. Inside, I'll call attention to, there's a unowned potion of invisibility on the shelf. We'll grab that. And then we can come talk to Roland.
You! What are you doing here?
We'll ask him what happened to his face.
Nothing for you to worry about. But never mind that. What can I do for you?
We'll ask if a lot of people are asking about the Night Song.
It's all I deal with these days. People claiming their trinkets are the real Night Song, looking for the mountain of gold Lorroakan promised. There's even a pamphlet. Take one. They're on the desk.
And we'll take a look at the shop.
Huh. I suppose that, at least, I can help with.
Lots of really amazing stuff here in the shop. So we've got this Ring of Regeneration, which allows us to put this and the Whispering Promise on someone and get Bless basically every round. We've got this hat that gives us a bonus +2 to Charisma. These gloves that allow us to cast a cantrip as a bonus action. These are good for Will. He's the only character that we've got that's really cantrip reliant. Some monk clothes, armor of landfall. Again, we're getting that +1 to spell save DC. This is designed primarily for druids. Oftentimes, he'll also have scrolls of global invulnerability, and this is a good place to go shopping for those. So he's got 2 of them right here. I think we've got quite a few. Yeah, we've got 8 already, so we're skip buying those, but we'll pick up the ring and the hat.
Hope you found what you're looking for.
And here we're going to actually go meet Lorroakan. So rather than sneaking about, we're just going to take the portal. Each portal has a plaque next to it that explains what the Night Song might be. The only one that's going to take you to see Lorroakan is this one that says...
The Night Song is an immortal being, the child of a deity.
So we know her, so we know that. We'll head up top.
Hold very still, Nicklaw. Craig's aim is much improved, but still leaves something up to chance.
Yes, sir.
All right, Craig. Ready? Aim. We have a visitor. At ease. McClaw, you may go. I see no night song. Surely you wouldn't have entered my tower without the night song in hand? Surely you wouldn't have wasted my time?
We'll say he must be the wizard Loroakan. If you want, we can also see what he's got for trade. Oftentimes characters have something. He's got some money and alchemical components.
And you must have an answer to my request. If you want to keep your head, of course. The night song. Do you have it or not?
So we'll say, what do you want with her?
She? Then you do know her. You've been to Shah's temple. To the Shadowfell. You've looked upon the night song's face. Tell me, and choose your next words carefully. Where is she now?
We'll ask why he wants her.
I'm growing tired of this repartee, my friend. Let us cut to the chase. Beautiful, isn't it? Worth more than your life, too. I bought it from a Kalashite warlock. There's very little of his soul left to him. It can bind a celestial to the wearer's service with a snap of the fingers. And this can keep her in place. Forever.
So we've got several options. We'll take the Bard option. So we've heard the story before.
It didn't work out for poor Ketherick, did it? He was a fool. A desperate mercenary who poured out his soul to whichever god flattered him. I serve no god, but that which stares back at me in the mirror. The night song will be put to a grand purpose, equalizing man and god. Whoever helps me attain that which I seek will be greatly rewarded.
So we're going to say that ensnaring an immortal won't make him a god.
Of course not. But perhaps, after enough lifetimes, I might make a start of it.
Perhaps it was indeed wise to dissuade me from the crown of Karsus. A jumped-up wizard drunk on promises of power is not an enviable company.
What's that? I didn't quite catch the words, but your tone was clear enough.
Nothing at all, friend. I was merely admiring your ambition.
Ah. I believe I recognize you. Gale of Waterdeep. Mister's discarded lapdog, reduced to trailing after some adventurer. How you have fallen. Do you still pine for her? Run around, trying to impress her in the hope she'll take you back?
I'm my own man. Make my own choices.
You keep telling yourself that.
And here, again, we've got lots of options that we could choose. We're just going to say that I'll tell her to come here just to give her the satisfaction of ripping you to shreds.
We shall see, won't we? Do as I say, and you will be rewarded beyond imagination. Fail, and you give up the prize to the next motivated mercenary to encounter my contract. The choice is yours, but make no mistake, I always get what I want.
So before we leave, let's take a look around the tower. And There's lots of ways of disposing of Loroakin before the fight if we wanted to, so we could just use Minor Illusion to walk him over to the stair railing and throw him off the side. And he would be done and the quest would be over. But we'd actually like to bring the Night Song here and go through the whole combat for you. So while we're here, though, we have the opportunity to loot the place a little bit, so we're going to do that. We're going to leave Jaheira behind for now,
No one back home will ever believe
and we'll
this.
take Alfira and Gale, and we'll cast Featherfall. And we're just going to jump down. It can take a little bit to find a spot where we can make the jump, but it can be done. And we're going to shoot this barricade. And we'll head on in. There's a bunch of chests and these weave buttons. And what we need to make the weave buttons intelligible is the ability to see the invisible. That's what we've got Gale here for. So rather than use up the see invisibility scrolls that we've got, we'll just use the elixir. We've got a few of these. If you don't, you can use scrolls of see invisibility. I would just have Gale learn the spell and cast it as many times as you need. And now that we can see invisibility, we can see that this button does cleanup. That's not the one that we want. This one does below. That is the one that we want. So we'll click on this. We can hide, but there's no one that's looking. It does show as red, though. So here we come to
Such a long way down.
these two arcane barriers. These are going to be disarmed using the Arcana skill.
No one stopped me yet.
So we're going to swap out the Hood of the Weave for our Warped Headband of Intellect. And I think Asterion might still be using the Mark of the Shifter. We'll get that as well. So Shapeshifter's Boon Ring, we'll send that to Alfira. And our Guidance Amulet. And this is just to try to push the values that we're going to drive high enough to ensure that we can make the checks. So we'll take off our risky ring. We'll put on the Shapeshifter's Boon. We'll put on our Guidance Necklace. And we'll turn into anybody. We'll just pick the first here. Just to pick up the additional D4. And we'll have the ability to have guidance ourselves, but we might want to concentrate on the skill enhancer, so we can have Gale actually put on the guidance amulet and provide that instead. We've also got Gale to try to disarm the trap. He also has Arcana as a skill. So let's click. Add a bonus, we'll add Guidance and Fox's Cunning. We're adding 13 to 19 for difficulty class 20, should be doable. 25, and we bring the ward down. And we'll do it again. $21. Feel free to use inspiration on this if you want. So we're going to grab the Robe of the Weave and Marco Heshkir.
I had a bag of holding.
These are fantastic items. Love to have
Keep
them.
going.
We can take a look and see what else is in this room. There's a chest.
Anything of use? Something over there.
I see that there's a key. And this display case over here. Not really interested in that. So we've got this weave button that says above,
There goes nothing.
and we'll click on it. And that takes us right back to where we were.
Watch how you go. There's a trap.
See some traps. This summons security. Again, we don't want to click on that. Take the oil of combustion. Probably will never use this stuff. I'll habitually pick up stuff and not actually need it. There's display cases as well down here.
Be wary. This place is trapped.
Scrolls and stuff.
Trap.
And you see an opportunity to try to jump down here. Not really needed. And a book about the folly of Karsus. And now that we've gone through all of that, so we don't want cleanup. We want to go to the vault.
Watch how you go. There's a trap.
And here we see the sign vaults, so we'll click on that. We brought Gale mostly because the dialogue about how he feels like he was stupid for trying to do immortality through magic like that is pretty funny. And we can just have Gale, if we want, go into the vault as well. But you can see we cannot fast travel.
At least things have stayed
And the
interesting.
reason that we opened the
Deep.
portal down here was so that we could. So we'll step out. The door should still be closed. And we're in this office, and now we're seeing it's open. But that's okay. We're just going to go to camp. And we'll select Jaheira as well. And with Jaheira, we'll just step back through the portal we came through, which is the other way down. And the reason we didn't come back to here with Alfira and Gale is that it's hard to get the flight spell targeted to get back up onto this level. I have terrible luck with trying to get the floor to resolve to where you can click on it to fly up. So rather than waste resources on it, and we'll have Jaheira go to camp as well. We have a couple of things we'd like to do here.
Let's get
The
going.
first, we'll get rid of our costume here. The first is that we need to go tell the night song
Let's be on
that
our way.
Lorroakin is after her, and then we need to decide on our group to combat Lorroakin. So let's talk to Dame Aelin.
Mother's milk, your visage speaks of ill tidings. Speak, ally mine. What troubles you?
And we'll say a wizard called Lorroakin is looking for her.
Is he indeed? Pray tell, what does he seek from Dame Aelin?
So we could say that he's put a contract out for capture, or that he seems dangerous. We'll just say he's put a contract out for her capture.
Magicians and their machinations. I have had enough for an eternity. I will wring his neck until he's dead.
And we'll say, let's take him down together.
Oh, his end will be one more strand in the great braid of our friendship.
I'm coming with you. I'd like to get a few licks in myself.
My darling, we agreed you'd scout for the nearest Selûnite enclave this very night. Let us divide our efforts, all the sooner to be reunited.
I won't let you go alone. Who knows what this wizard might have planned?
Our closest ally will accompany me, won't you? It will be a swift and fruitful chore. Hie we to this Lorroakan right away. I am as eager to meet him as he is to ensnare me.
All right, so that's going to set the night song to show up when we arrive to talk to Lorroakan. And we'll end this video here, and in the next one we'll actually go back and fight Lorroakan. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.